Got a strange one for you this morning. It's 4:20 in the morning. Just a coincidence. Figured I would go to bed early. Sundays in the United States and working remotely, sometimes I can go to bed like at 1 a.m. And tonight I decided I would go to bed. Like I said, it's 4:20 Monday morning. And by the way, welcome back. So the dream starts, if it is indeed a dream, where I walk out the door here, I go in the elevator. I'm not sure what's wrong with the elevator or why, but I plug my phone into the elevator. And the doors close and the elevator starts going down very quickly. And I think to myself, holy shit. I mean, it's going down fast. Not like, but it's going down fast. And I'm going, holy shit, this thing's going to hit the ground. I'm going to break my legs. So I sit down and it keeps going down. And I'm thinking to myself, man, this thing's going down far. And it finally reaches the bottom. Doors open up. And there's this huge desk where this guy looks over and I comment something along the lines of, I thought hell would be different. And he chuckles and I go, how do I get out of here? And he points that way and I go that way. I don't remember a lot of the details on how I actually got out of there, but I eventually got outside. Things were different. Not crazy different, but I started to notice things that are different. And I started thinking to myself, I'm like, what's different? And I started looking at everything. There was cars. The cars looked a little different. I'm like, what's different? And I'm like, okay, let's look at the license plates. I'm like, oh shit, the license plates are different. And then I'm like, what else is different? And then I was like, oh shit, the headlights are different. And I started panicking because I was clearly in a different place. Now this may sound strange, but this ain't the strangest part. So I'm walking around just trying to narrow in on what's different. And I spot a few other things and I'm like, where am I? And then I start to wake up. Now, if you remember at the beginning, I walked out the door and gotten in the elevator. This took place in my dream, but it was like I left my room or condo here. And I woke up to the condo shaking. you're unaware or you spend any time in Manila or the Philippines for that matter, you're likely going to be in an earthquake. Now, it just so happens I was traumatized by earthquakes, not for being in earthquakes. My whack job mom, um, when I was like 9 years old, thought Jesus is coming back from 40 years ago. I don't know what she's doing today, but as you can imagine, had to get away from that shit. Christianity, or as I like to refer to it, child abuse. My mom said in the last days there would be earthquakes. And now, I have not been in any real earthquakes. The only earthquake I was in was the Northridge earthquake in California, which is like, I don't remember exactly, like 6.2, something like this. And it didn't feel that big. Of course, I wasn't very close to Northridge. I was in Orange County. I remember when it happened because also another crazy thing growing up in California was the big one, right? Which never happened or has yet to happen. And so my mother used to walk around the house like a crazy person saying, earthquakes are going to come and you're falling the cracks and shit like this. And this screws with you when you're like 9, 10, 11 years old. I don't remember, but I was a young kid. Used to, you know, these are the end days. Boy, I wonder what she's doing now. She's probably not even around anymore, but with all the crazy thing that's going on these days, but 40 years ago. So, sky is falling, the sky is falling, that kind of crazy shit. However, this really left an impression on me as a kid, to the point where when I moved out of California, I kind of like, there was a sense of relief because I wasn't gonna fall in the cracks during the big one. Now here I am 50 years old, and Manila, there's a lot of seismic activity, including active volcanoes in the area. Strange place for a guy who doesn't care too much for earthquakes. But getting back to the story, here I am, 3 something in the morning, 17 floors up, coming to, the condo's completely blacked out and shaking. And I'm like, of course, the thing that comes to my mind is, F me, I'm 17 floors up. And like, it's not like super crazy because, of course, it's completely black. But, I can hear shit, And, the bed is on the edge of the building. I mean, I could just kind of visualize myself falling off the edge of the building, or, building falling down on me. I would probably be a little more nervous, but I went to, there's a museum in San Francisco. The Geological Survey Seismology Museum, maybe it's what it's called. I don't remember. It's been quite a while. But they had like some, exhibits and talked about earthquakes and interesting museum. But, talked about how safe buildings were and things like that, which was interesting. Because, again, most of what my mother used to say was just, crazy talk. Still, had an, effect on me, right? Here I am in Manila here, just about a month. This is not the first one. This is the second one here. Actually, of course, being on the 17th floor, every little thing shakes. So, I mean, both of them were teeny tiny, uh, teeny tiny little earthquakes. I mean, and there is, pretty good sized earthquakes. And my buddy Benny, there's a big earthquake here, and he was staying on the 70th floor in a building downtown Manila, and there was on Facebook videos of they have these infinity pools and water was spilling over the side. That's how much shaking was going on. And I'm trying to call Benny. I'm like, yo, are you all right over there? I mean, on the 70th floor with, people were taking videos of some of the, you know, buildings and shit. I would have been like, I'd be on the floor crying like a fucking baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, holy, if I live through this, oh my God. But, he had, that was like, he was like, it's like the only day I just happened to be out of the building. So, I mean, there's some big earthquakes in the area. Tall volcano, um, less than 100 miles from Manila, I'm guessing, erupted uh, within the last 18 months. There's been several eruptions, maybe in the last couple years. Uh, Baguio, I've been told that there's lots of earthquakes up there and mudslides. That's fun. I know that Angeles City, again, Pampanga, another place where there's a lot of earthquakes. I wouldn't say I'm overly nervous. Again, just kind of a fun story. I'm back in Manila. I'm enjoying where I'm at. I've been again a little sick. The weather changed a little bit from ultra crazy hot to almost reasonable weather, and I don't think the temperature has changed too much. I haven't looked at the temperature, but normally it's like 80 to, I don't know, 94. I don't think it gets any lower than maybe 78. But the humidity comes down in what they call the burr months, which it's not burr. But they're wearing jackets. Them, of course, being Filipinos. And I'm like, I walk out and I'm like, oh, wow, the weather's kind of nice. And it's just, like maybe you get kind of a coolness in the air, small amount. I thought to myself I would, you know, probably stay in Baguio because I went to Baguio. That was the about the most coolness that I've experienced in Asia altogether. I mean, don't get very many cool breezes in Asia, that's for sure. But renewed my visa. Don't want to miss any more earthquakes. One good thing is, um, at least I could stay here 180 days, which of course 30 of them are gone, so about 150 days more before I'll have to travel again. I will leave before the 180 days so I don't have to get another exit visa. It wasn't a whole lot of headache, but it was more than I'd want to deal with. I mean, mainly I just don't want an extra step. I just want to be able to go, okay, bang, there's a ticket. Just buy that ticket. You know, pack my shit in a couple days, and you know. Other than that, my stay has been comfortable. I like the where I'm at. The internet still not great. However, the bed, the pillow, um, you know, overall place is really comfortable. So I'm putting up with it for now. That's the status. Anyway, until next video, catch you on the next one.